Hi, welcome to my channel. My name is Ashley. I am a full-time reseller, and I sell mostly pre-owned, pre-loved clothing that I get at thrift stores on places like eBay and Poshmark. Today is Monday, August 7th. Today is Monday, August 7th, and I had a decent sales weekend. Actually, probably the best sales weekend that I've had in a long time. So I figured I would bring you with me to pull my sales, and I would show you what sold. So I keep all of my inventory in 2 storage units, actually more like 1.5. I have 2 separate storage units. I really need to look into just getting one big one, but I have 2 separate ones. One of them, half of it is filled with my personal stuff. The rest is all reselling. So we are going to go inside and pull all of my weekend sales. Okay, we are inside my storage unit. I just pulled everything that sold on Friday. So my weekend sales consist of Friday after I ship out sales. So anything that I sold on Friday afternoon into the evening time gets shipped out today. Saturday and Sunday, obviously. So we're going to start with Friday. We're going to start with my Poshmark sales. Now on Friday, I sent out 40% off offers on a lot of my listings on Poshmark, a lot of my old listings. So I got a decent amount of sales from that, a lot of lower price sales. But we will just start with that. So the first thing I sold on Poshmark was this jacket. Now this I haven't had for very long, only about 2 months. This is a linen blend jacket, which is why I got it. The brand is just RQ2. It's a 22W. Honestly, after I had picked this up, I kind of was debating whether or not I should have even picked it up in the first place, but I did still list it. I only paid $1 for this, and with my 40% off offer, I sent the buyer a $14 offer, which they accepted. The next thing are just these Victoria's Secret pink leggings. They're kind of like a yogurt jogger style with the spell out down the side. I got these from the bins about a month or so ago. I paid around $1 for these as well. The buyer got a $13 offer, which was 40% off, and they accepted. Next is actually a bundle sale. This was not part of the 40% off, but the buyer sent me this bundle offer. Just happened to be at the same time, and I accepted. So it was 2 pieces. The first piece was this. I loved this shirt. I almost kept this for myself. It's this NASA shirt. I just loved the purple writing on it. I've never really seen a NASA shirt like this. Super soft. This I only paid about $1 for as well. And the second piece was this sage green linen silk blend button up. This is by Tasso Elba, which I have sold a few times. Definitely wouldn't pay a lot of money for this. But the buyer added both of these pieces to their bundle. They sent me a $28 offer, which I gladly accepted. I only had about $1 or $2 into each of these again. So that was a really great sale. The next thing to sell on Poshmark, I was really excited about these. I've had these for a few months, but these are just the brand BOC by Born, which normally I wouldn't pick up, but I just love this style of these clogs. Super trendy. These would be great for the fall time. I did not pay very much for these either. I can't remember if I sent the buyer an offer or if the buyer sent me an offer, but either way, these sold for $27 on Poshmark. The next thing to sell was this Ralph Lauren. This I only paid $1 for. This is a silk cashmere blend, which I actually didn't realize when I picked it up, but this is super, super soft. I don't know if you could tell, but it has a subtle paisley-like print to it. Super cute monochrome brown. This would be perfect for the fall time. I sent the buyer a $16 offer, which was 40% off again, and they accepted. This piece I've had for a long time, way too long. This is actually one of the pieces that I would have gotten rid of. I kind of halfway went through my inventory, and I haven't gotten back around to it yet, but it is just this Express, which I do not pick up this brand anymore unless it's like a new with tag or dress or something really substantial. But again, this is one of my first purchases as a reseller, and it's still sitting in my inventory. But it's just Express. It has this lace up front. The buyer sent me a $9 offer, and I accepted. The next thing is this Life is Good t-shirt. This thing says hold your horses. I love selling this brand, great bread and butter brand, especially in the bigger sizes. And this is an extra large. Again, with the 40% off, the buyer got a $14 offer and they accepted. And the last thing to sell on Poshmark on Friday, sold for $10. That was 40% off offer again. It's just this Penn State t-shirt. This came out of my personal closet, either mine or my brother's, I can't remember, but I had zero cost of good into this. And again, it sold for $10 on an offer. So moving on to eBay, the first thing that sold still on Friday, this was a really exciting sale for me. I only had this for a couple weeks. I just recently got this at the bins. If you follow me on TikTok, you may have seen a video on this, but this is a vintage Gold's Gym t-shirt. Now, as you can see, it is pretty stained up. There's a stain there. There's some staining on the sleeves and on the back there. But this is a single stitch, which means that there is one line here, as well as on the bottom hemline there is a single stitch around, which means that it is vintage. So this did not have any inside tag, no size, so I had to take the measurements as I would. These shirts can go for a decent amount of money, especially if they're not stained up or anything like that. I listed mine at $35. The buyer sent me a $25 offer, and I definitely accepted. I only had $1.09 into this, again from the Goodwill outlet, and it only took about a week or two to sell. So really, really ecstatic about this sale because I kind of debated whether or not to even pick this up in the first place. So only 2 more sales on eBay on Friday. The first thing was this Lucky brand. Again, I just listed this. I got this from the bins. This is the Lucky brand, vintage inspired, size medium men's. This gave that total Y2K vibe with the layered sleeves. This sold for $19.84, which was my full asking price. Again, I only paid $1 for it because I got it from the bins. And the last piece to sell on eBay on Friday, I'm not even going to open these because they're already folded so nicely, but these are a vintage pair of Calvin Klein jeans. I just got these a couple weeks ago once again. I paid $1 for these. I got these at one of my favorite thrift stores locally to me that used to do dollar sales on Mondays and Wednesdays. They stopped doing that. Now they went back to their normal like fill a bag sale, but either way, I paid $1 for these. I was really, really excited because I was unsure how the cream color would do. But the buyer sent me a $20 offer and I accepted. Okay, there was one more item on eBay that sold on Friday. It was this jersey. Actually, it's a vintage Washington Redskins jersey, which if you know anything about football, they're no longer called the Redskins. They're just called the Washington football team. But this is, again, vintage Adidas tag. I've had this for a little over a year now. About a year ago, I made a bulk purchase of jerseys from another reseller who I actually met on Whatnot, which was really cool. I don't really participate in Whatnot anymore, but back when I first got on there and was buying stuff, I met a reseller who had a ton of jerseys. So I bought like 30 of them for just a couple dollars each. So either way, I was happy to see this go. I only have about a third of those jerseys left. I did sell through a lot of them last year, so I'm hoping to sell through a lot of them again this year. They're mostly NFL jerseys. So anyways, the buyer sent me a $12 offer on this. I just went ahead and accepted just so I can get this out of my store. So moving on to Saturday, which was August 5th, I will start with my Poshmark sales again. The first thing were these Adidas Youth Sambas. If you ever see this style of Adidas, definitely look it up, especially if you can get it for a good price. These happen to be a kid size. At the same time that I picked up these, I also picked up an adult size of the same shoe that sold pretty quickly. These have been sitting for almost a year, but these are in excellent condition. I'm assuming somebody bought these probably for their kid for back to school, but these sold for $25. on Poshmark. And I only paid a couple dollars for these. The next thing on Poshmark is this cropped hoodie. This is so thick, so soft. I wish you could feel this through the screen, but this just feels so comfortable. But this is a Dolls Kill brand, which I didn't realize until I got home, but it's #1 Los Angeles, but this is sold at Dolls Kill. I got this just about a month or so ago at the bins, paid about $1 for it. The 40% off offer, sent the buyer a $16 offer, and they accepted. The next thing is this Talbot's dress. I love selling Talbot's plus size dresses, or Talbot's plus size in general. This is an 16W, a dress with the leather trim. Again, I sent the buyer the 40% off offer. That kind of went into Saturday. I did send those offers on Friday, but people continue to accept those offers into Saturday. So this sold for $21. I'm sorry, that Talbot's dress sold for $20. Now this sold for $21. This brand I don't really pick up at all. I figured I would give this a shot though, since it was a plus size, and I wanted to just see how plus sizes would do in this brand. And it is just a really cute dress, would be perfect for the fall time. But this is an UMG dress. This sold for $21 on Poshmark. And I got this at the bins again. I've really been shopping at the bins a lot more. I'm trying to keep my cost of goods down. So I paid about $1 for this as well. And then this also sold for $21. This is just a Lane Bryant pair of jeans. But these are really wide leg, boot cut flared, which is really popular right now. These also sold for $21. And I paid about $1 for these as well. And that is everything that's sold on Poshmark on Saturday. So moving on to my eBay sales. The first thing to sell on eBay on Saturday was this Lucky brand tunic blouse. This is a plus size 2X. Plus size in Lucky brand does really well. Sells quickly, I should say. It doesn't go for like $1 million or anything. But I had about $1 into this as well. You will notice a theme here. I sent the buyer an 18% off offer on eBay, which made their offer $16.19, and they accepted, plus shipping. On eBay, I have all of my buyers pay shipping. Next is this Casper blazer. Now, I used to pick up this brand a little bit in the past, not so much anymore. As you can see, this is new with tags. It is a size 18, has a chevron print, which I thought was super cute. But I sent the buyer a $29 offer, and they accepted. Again, I only think I had about $1 into this, which is really good, but this has been sitting for a while, so I really don't pick up this brand anymore. All right, the next and last thing that sold on eBay on Saturday was this beautiful leather hand embossed stool cover. Now, when I actually picked this up, I had no idea what this was. There were 2 of these at the thrift store when I found these about a year ago. I paid $2 for each of them. The other one sold just a couple months ago, but this one sold for $31.34. And that has a C in the middle. I thought this was really cool. Definitely vintage, definitely unique. And when I picked this up, I knew it would probably take a while to sell just because of the monogram C. But I'm really happy to see this go to a new home. Now we will move on to my Sunday sales, which was yesterday, August 6th. Okay, so we only had one sale on Poshmark yesterday, which actually came in overnight while I slept. The buyer sent me an offer, which is this dress. I've actually never heard of this brand before, but when I found it in the thrift store, I thought this tag looked really nice. The brand is Julie Brown. It is this geometric sheath dress with these side buttons at the bottom, super cute. The buyer sent me a $28 offer, and I accepted. I only had just a couple dollars into this. Scratch that. I did have one more Poshmark sale yesterday, which was a really, really quick flip. I just listed these. These actually are in a haul that hasn't even come out yet from last week. This is new with tags, a pair of American Eagle low-rise baggy jeans, totally on trend right now. Baggy, straight leg style, distressed. These sold for $32 on Poshmark. And again, I only had these listed for a couple days. Now moving on to eBay. I am not going to take this out of the box because I have already individually wrapped everything. I did that right after I listed this. So I will just put up the listing picture right here. But the buyer used the 15% coupon that I have on eBay. Almost all the time I have a coupon running for buyers to use. And they bought this outright at $44 and I think 57 cents, something like that. I had this only for about a month or so, and I paid $5 for this at a garage sale. This is a beautiful set, a beautiful nativity set. I just adored this, and I'm so happy to see it go to a new home. The next thing to sell, I also just got this about a month ago at a yard sale. I think I paid $1 for this, something like that, but it is this vintage xylophone. Just look how cute this is. With all the animals on it. It has a little stand so you can stand it up. And the buyer sent me a $15 offer on this and I accepted. Next is this super cute blouse. I just love the style of this. Super girly, super boho, super dainty. I just love it. The brand is Denim 24/7. I didn't really get it based off a brand. I got it based off a style and the fact that it's a plus size. It's a 22W. This sold for $20 plus shipping. I only had this for about a month or so as well. And I got this from the bin. So again, I only paid about $1 for it. And then next is this skirt. This was actually my daughter's skirt. She never got to wear it actually. I held on to this for a couple years. I found this at a thrift store a couple years ago and my daughter just actually never got to use it. The seasons just never lined up where this would fit her at the perfect time. But anyways, this is a mini Bowden skirt. So I had $0 into this. I figured I would list it. And the buyer sent me a $6 offer plus shipping on eBay, which I happily accepted. And last but not least, my last sale of the weekend, which was an eBay sale, is this Ralph Lauren button-up shirt. Button-down shirt, I should say. It is this like red and blue striped. I sent the buyer an 18% off offer on eBay, which made the amount come out to $14.76, I believe. I will have it right here. And they accepted. So that is everything that I'm shipping out this morning. I have a lot of packing to do, a lot of packaging to do. So I need to head home and get all these packages ready for the mailman. Like there is a ton. This is stuffed to the brim. So overall, it was a really good weekend for me. I had a lot of sales flowing in, even though most of them were not high dollar sales. I love having just sales flowing because sales bring sales. And we are officially into August, which means it is back to school season, back to school shopping. People are starting to do that. And I'm just excited for my sales to start picking up and for the summer slowdown to officially be over. So yeah, thank you so much for stopping by and watching this video. If you enjoy content like this, subscribe. This is what I post over here. I post thrift hauls, what sold, yard sailing, things of that nature. And I hope you have a great day. I'll see you in my next one.